Snapshot has 6 new blocks, along with 2 new flowers and also the resin clump and resin brick items. And so they say that this is the very first snapshot for Minecraft Java Edition 1.21.4, which will include the pale garden biome and the Eyeblossoms, along with, of course, the creaking and the pale moss. And so let's actually start with those Eyeblossoms. So if we move around the pale garden for a bit, we'll start to see these flowers over here. These are the Eyeblossoms, and they are unique because there's 2 different variants. There's this open variant and also a closed variant, where the closed variant only appears during the daytime. So if we set the time to day, we'll be able to find these closed Eyeblossoms, these right here. And so just a different variant of the open Eyeblossoms. So during the night, Eyeblossoms will become open, during the day it will become closed, and in other dimensions they'll just remain as they are. And so when they transition, they will also emit a particle effect apparently. It also says in the patch notes that Eyeblossoms planted on the ground will communicate with each other, helping each other to open or close. And there we go, there are the particles for the Eyeblossoms opening. So open Eyeblossoms have glowing eyes during the night. And you can also get these by bone mealing grass in the pale garden biome. There we go. And so bees get poisoned when they touch these flowers. And suspicious stew made from the Eyeblossom will be either blindness or nausea depending on the effect, but neither is good. And the dyes you get from these are orange for the open Eyeblossom and grey for the closed Eyeblossom. And furthermore, also the Wandering Trader can sell the open Eyeblossoms. So that is the new flower here in the pale garden biome. It's unique because it has 2 different states depending on the time of day. Then there is also a new type of block, which is the resin block, or block of resin, which is this block right over here. And to obtain this block, you actually need creaking. So there's a creaking right here, and if you hit it, you'll of course see these particles moving over to the creaking heart block. However, there is a new feature now that if you hit this creaking enough, that some resin clumps will be emitted by the creaking heart block. So here next to the creaking heart block, which is in this tree somewhere, there it is, you will see these clumps appear around the creaking heart block, as you can see right here. And so after an attack, the creaking heart block cannot produce more resin clumps for 5 seconds. And since survival mode, you can harvest these clumps just like this, and it's this item right over here. And these resin clumps can be used in the smithing table together with a smithing template to apply an orange trim to armor, as you can see right here. And it's a more brightly orange trim than you get when using copper. Then the resin clumps can be crafted into blocks of resin, just like this. Or you can smelt them into resin bricks, which in turn you can turn into the resin brick block, which has a stair variant, a slab variant, a wall variant, and also chiseled resin bricks. As you can see, you can make the bricks, and with the bricks you can make the slabs and the stairs, and then there's the walls, and also of course the chiseled variant. Then there's also an interesting property to these blocks of resin, these ones right over here, and that is that in survival mode you can break them instantly with your fist. As you can see right here, just like for example TNT and slime blocks, you can break these instantly, which Mojang says means that these are a great scaffolding block, because it can also be obtained through farms by farming the creaking for the resin clumps. And so this property does not hold for the bricks, they need to be mined with a pickaxe. So this is what all the bricks look like, and of course the chiseled bricks has a creaking face in the middle of it, very nice. The Wandering Trader can also sell these resin clumps, and they can also be found inside of Woodland Mansion loot chests. Then there's also quite a few changes in this snapshot. So first of all, the panorama has been updated to show a pale garden biome, as you can see right there. Furthermore, for breaking moss carpet, you need to use a hoe now. And bees are withered on player interactions with wither rosers instead of typical breeding growing behavior. And so they've now also made it that if you break a block that is used as support for a different block, that other block also drops, regardless of which tool was used to break the block. And furthermore, brewing stand now always drops when broken with any tool, and the ender chest drops obsidian when broken with the wrong tool again. There will never be music playing in the pale garden biome now, and if music is playing before you enter it, it will slowly fade out. You can now actually craft the creaking heart in Minecraft, so you can use 2 pale oak logs and a block of resin to craft a creaking heart, which of course you can use to summon in a new creaking, just like this. And then these new creaking heart blocks can of course create more of those resin clumps. Then naturally placed creaking hearts now drop some experience when broken, with or without silk touch. And if you don't use silk touch to break a creaking heart block, it will drop between 1 and 3 resin clumps. Then there's some changes to the pale oak trees as well, in which you might have noticed throughout this video. There's now a chance to spawn leaf particles if exposed to on the bottom side. And while naturally generating pale oak trees have these pale hanging moss and pale moss patches on the ground, When you grow them using saplings, these will not be there. And the one trader can now sell pale oak saplings, pale moss block, and pale hanging moss. And pale hanging moss now requires shears or silk threads to be obtained. Illagers are now scared of the creaking mob, and it is now fire resistant. Then there's also some technical changes. The data pack version is now 58, and the resource pack version is 43. And the winter drop experiment is no longer an experiment and just in the latest snapshot. And of course, there's also a whole lot of bugs fixed in